Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. I gotta talk about this rumor because I think it's a load of crap and, it just sounds like the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Not ever heard, like, ever encompasses a long period of time, but one of the most asinine things I've heard, at least in the last year. Let's put it that way. And I wasn't even gonna talk about this story, but now that I've seen multiple comments, it wasn't just a single comment, multiple people have commented asking me about this, so I'll cover it quick. I think it's absolutely insane, and it's not anything to put a grain of truth into, but we'll talk about it. It is the rumor that Microsoft is getting prepared to acquire Valve. I don't know much about acquisitions. My IQ don't go that high, but I can even say that this is seeming like a load of crap, but we'll talk about that, and also want to give you guys an update on a game that I am very much looking forward to. It's coming out this September, and that is Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. I don't care a lot about Warhammer, but this game looks effing awesome, so we'll talk about it. But first of all, this rumor is absolutely insane. Rumor claims Microsoft is preparing a $16 billion offer to acquire Valve. Now, right off the top, Microsoft paid, close to $70 billion for Activision. I don't know the ins and outs, but acquiring Valve, I feel like, is worth so much more than $16 billion. Right away, I saw that $16 billion number, and I was like, okay, that already makes me very skeptical on this story, because not only are you getting all of Valve's assets and their prior IPs, Half-Life, Dota, Counter-Strike, Portal, Left 4 Dead, so on and so forth, you're talking about acquiring the entirety of Steam. Damn near a monopoly in the digital PC gaming market, and there is Epic Games Store and things of that nature, Ubisoft Connect trying to pop off, but Steam is an absolute behemoth, and I believe Steam alone generates $8 billion of revenue a year. Now, that is revenue. A company's profit margin is very much lesser than their revenue. Revenue is just your gross revenue. If it's $8 billion, they obviously have to pay workers. There's the cost of housing the games, all that, and their net profit isn't $8 billion. But the having ownership of Valve, I think it is orders of magnitude greater in value than $16 billion. $16 billion to get Valve, to me, seems like chump change, given that a platform like Steam, in my eyes, is only going to continue to grow and grow. But, there you go with that. The story right off the top on Kiguru, it's coming from a gaming-focused creator known as Dior, who is known in the Counter-Strike community, and he's claimed to have heard that Microsoft is preparing a $16 billion offer to acquire Valve. Now, that they could be preparing an offer to acquire Valve, fine, they could be preparing an offer. Is Valve gonna accept a $16 billion offer? I don't think so. Now, obviously, I'm sure Microsoft would love to acquire Valve. It would be something right up their wheelhouse, especially with them having more of an emphasis on the PC gaming market. Imagine you have Valve in a house, and then that would give you real big reason to migrate Xbox Game Pass into into Steam, and that would make that platform grow exponentially, but I just can't see this actually happening. I think Valve does not want to be acquired at this point, and $16 billion to me is just still way too low for Valve. I'm just speaking on this from my vantage point and what I can assess. I don't know the ins and outs of acquisition. Maybe Valve is of the mindset that they want to join the Microsoft family. I don't know what's going on in the minds of the upper management at Valve, in Gabe Newell's mind. I don't think he would be the type to want to sell his creation and Valve as a monster that it is to just become owned by Microsoft. It would, to me, be terrible for the industry. It sounds absolutely awful, and I don't want Microsoft to continue acquiring companies like this. They already shut down Ghostwire Tokyo's developer in Tango. They shut down RK in Austin, and obviously Valve is going to be in no position to get shut down. They're okay. We're talking something in a different stratosphere, but I just feel like Microsoft's decision-making hasn't been that great. And even if I have my reservations about the games and the style of games that Valve is working on, seems like they know what they're doing, and sometimes what they're working on in the grander picture of gaming is going to be more beneficial than, them doing a Half-Life 3 or Portal 3, anything like that. But This story to me just sounds absolutely insane. It sounds like, as far as it actually coming to fruition, again, the user, the content creator just said that they're preparing an offer. Fine, prepare that offer. It coming to fruition, I think, is very, very, very small chance. Like, less than 1% chance of this happening. I can't imagine this happening, and if it did, I mean, I would be the first one out, on my channel eating crow, and I would be very sad about it. I would be very sad if this came to fruition, but fingers crossed that it doesn't, because it sounds absolutely ridiculous. But did want to go over that because I have seen a couple of comments in my videos talking about it, and if people are commenting it, chances are a lot of you guys want my take on this topic, and I just think it's a load of crap. I don't think it's going to come to fruition. I think the story about them preparing an offer, whether or not it's $16 billion, I think, yeah, Microsoft's preparing an offer to, like, everybody they can prepare an offer to, and Valve certainly makes sense to prepare and gauge the temperature in the room as far as would they be open to it, but praying that this doesn't come to fruition, but we'll see about that. Moving on from that, I do want to talk a little bit about Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, a Warhammer event going on, free game right now. Go check that out. But man, this game, Space Marine 2, looks absolutely awesome, and it's coming out in September, just a couple months away, September the 9th, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PC, a brand new 3-player cooperative mode, and return of PvP. Old and new fans alike are in for a multiplayer treat, in addition to bringing back Space Marine's iconic battle against the Chaos Space Marines in 3 6v6 player versus player modes. Annihilation, Seize Ground, and Capture and Control. Space Marine 2 features an all-new cooperative mode, letting you slay Xenos with up to 2 friends in 3-player operations mode. Each player versus environment and player versus player mode lets players choose between 6 available classes, ranging from the unflinching Bulwark and his combat shield to the stealthy Sniper with his camo cloak. Players will also be able to customize their Space Marines from Helm to Greaves with a wide selection of colors, heraldry, decals, pauldrons, gauntlets, and more, while new content like missions, enemies, and weapons will be available to all players through regular free updates. The Season Pass will grant even more cosmetics. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is due out for PS5, Xbox Series, PC on September the 9th, and like I said, guys, this game looks absolutely awesome. I don't think, as far as games in the fall, is this going to be one that gets a ton of traction, but I do see more and more people excited for it, especially as more footage comes out. Like, this is a game that totally caught my attention right when we initially saw gameplay. I think it looks absolutely visceral, over-the-top action gameplay, something right up my alley. And again, I thought the first Space Marine was pretty decent. I didn't think it was incredible, but I thought it was a pretty decent game. Embody the superhuman skills and brutality of a Space Marine, unleash deadly abilities and devastating weaponry to obliterate the relentless swarms, defend the Imperium, and spectacular third-person action in solo or multiplayer game modes. Now, I will say, not a big fan of the Gold Edition having the 3 days early access. It says pre-purchase this edition and play the game starting 3 days ahead of full release. Starts in approximately 3 months. Advanced access for that game, so, you know, kind of a bummer there. I'm never a big fan of that. It actually notes in the imagery that they have 4-day early unlock for the pre-order bonus. That's with the Gold Edition and the Ultra Edition. The Gold Edition will get you the Season Pass, and then they have an Ultra Edition with the Ultramarines Champion Pack. So, yeah, not a big fan of that, but more and more publishers are gonna do it, and, I kind of just have to deal with it at this point. This is going to be a normal thing in gaming, and Focus Entertainment seems to be the latest publisher to jump on the buy the special edition for fake early access train. Look, if they can promote it as such and they can get money from people, I guess it is what it is. Like, I hate it, but more and more publishers are doing it, so what do you want from me? At least it's $90 and not $110 like Assassin's Creed, but what can we do? The game itself, I think, looks fantastic. Visually looks great, and the gameplay looks absolutely visceral and right up my alley. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out around the same time. Like, that late August to early September period is, generally speaking, when that fall season really picks up and you start getting big game release after big game release. Last year, I remember it starting with, like, Armored Core 6 and Lies of P right around the same time. And then this year, Space Marine 2, I think certainly will be a game that'll have quite a bit of attention around it. So we'll see how that is received. Again, that's out September 9th, and you'll be able to play like September 5th if you do pre-order the Gold Edition. But that is going to do it for me, guys. Again, as far as the rumor about Microsoft preparing to acquire Valve, yeah, they might be wanting to propose an offer, but I think it's very little chance that this comes to fruition. And it would be a scary thought if this actually did come to fruition. I'm led to believe that, like, hopefully there's not a lot of truth to it. Or if there is, it's a case of Valve would just being like, yo, bro, what? And 16 billion to me just sounds way too low. I would think at least in, like, the $40 billion range for Valve. And again, that's just me throwing a dart at the wall. I can't have exact evaluation, but 16 billion seems way too low. And Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, that game looks awesome, and certainly have that on your radar. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.